Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to COD Trendy. Now there's a lot of things that go on in the campaign that not everyone knows. So today in this video, I'm going to go over 10 unanswered questions in the campaign. Let's get into the video. Number 10, how did Alex survive? Alex is back in the 3rd season of Modern Warfare multiplayer and seems to be missing a leg. There's not really much story as to what happened and how he managed to escape the lab explosion at the end of the campaign mode. He's just kind of back in action all of a sudden. It'd be cool to see him as part of the Task Force 141 in a sequel. For a while, some fans have been speculating that he could be Simon Riley, also known as Ghost. However, it's now confirmed that he definitely was not Ghost. Posing as an American, as Simon Riley appeared in the same opening cutscene as Alex. It would have been pretty awesome if that was the case.
Operators inbound, hold to your position. They better be good. They are.
Number 9, what original events happened? There are a couple of locations in the Battle Royale mode that may be hinting at the possibility of some missions from the original game that transpired in the reboot. The TV station from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare looks almost identical in Warzone, and it could just be a fun callback to the original game, but there's a chance that it could have been part of the story as well. Pripyat is mentioned at the end of the game, so it's possible that the mission involving Price and Macmillan could appear in a flashback in the next game. It'll be cool to see what other original events happen that perhaps have changed up a bit to fit the more modern timeline. Number 8, does Makarov exist? Makarov was a big player in the storyline of the original trilogy. He became a very threatening antagonist in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and it wouldn't be too surprising to see him in a rebooted sequel. With events playing out differently this time, it'll be interesting to see how Makarov's story could come into play. If things play out any similar to before with a certain airport involved, fans are in for a very disturbing mission.
And today, I'm going to reveal everything that I know about this character in Modern Warfare 2019. And that character, if you...
Number 7, what's General Shepard up to? General Shepard was briefly mentioned at the end of the campaign, and most fans will remember him as the infamous traitor that turns his back on the original Simon Riley and murders him. Hopefully this doesn't play out the same. Shepard is an iconic villain, and it would be cool to have a new spin on his story to make him a more complex character. He does have motivations that make sense for the most part in Modern Warfare 2, but to explore the real reasons as to why he betrayed the Task Force 141 would be extremely fun to see. Perhaps there can be a mission where players take control of Shepard at some point during the war. Number 6, what's Price's relationship with Ghost? Captain Price seems to already be very fond of Simon Riley at the end of the campaign. Their history together isn't really touched on besides the fact that he never has a picture. There's not much backstory for him in the multiplayer besides his bio and affiliation. In the original games, Ghost was extremely loyal to Price and in some ways looked at him like a brother. He was willing to do whatever it took and was involved in rescuing Price when he was a prisoner inside the Gulag. Hopefully there will be more story to him as DLC in Modern Warfare or in a sequel. Number 5, did Price meet Soap already? Soap is surprisingly nowhere to be found in the Modern Warfare missions besides being mentioned at the end of the game. He was one of the main protagonists in the original game and has become a fan favorite in the franchise. This time around it would seem that he's already an established soldier and isn't as new to everything as he was when he's introduced in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. He could be similar to the Soap in Modern Warfare 2 and already have done missions with Captain Price. It's also possible that he was just a recommendation for the team and that'll be meeting Price for the first time in Task Force 141.
Going in hot. Roger.
Number 4, All Gillied Up. The mission All Gillied Up was one of the most iconic in the Call of Duty franchise and is referenced a lot in Modern Warfare. The location Pripyat is mentioned, as well as the scenario that took place involving Price and Macmillan. In the original mission, Price had to sneak up to a vantage point in a hotel to assassinate Imran Zakhaev. It's one of the first major events in the trilogy, and it is the earliest mission in the timeline. It's a fun mission that was way ahead of its time, and considering how deeply loved it is, it wouldn't be surprising to see it remade in the future. The question is, what went down differently this time? Number 3, will Farah return? Farah was a strong protagonist in the Modern Warfare campaign that became a great leader by the end of the story. At the end of the game, there are still a couple of unknown members of Captain Price's new task force, and it'd be really cool to see her included. It's unlikely though, as she seems to be content where she's at, but having her return would be extremely awesome in a sequel. If the war were to turn into something bigger, she could be pulled back into the mix to fight alongside Alex and Captain Price. She would also probably be happy to know that Alex is still alive.
Give me the order.
I won't do that.
Commander, please.
I am not your CO.
Then who is? Because
Number 2, who are the other mysterious members of Task Force 141? After defeating the Russian General Barkov, Captain Price and Kate Laswell discussed the establishment of an elite squad named Task Force 141. It's a huge moment that called back to the original game. Who are the other members of the task force besides the ones mentioned? There are so many possibilities as to who the other members of Task Force 141 can be. So far, there is Gaz, Soap, Ghost, and Captain Price himself. Some others could be Alex, Roach, and Joseph Allen. Number 1. What original timeline could happen? The original Modern Warfare timeline was filled with insane events that were memorable in the hearts of a lot of Call of Duty fans. Original events such as the Blackout mission where you were tasked to defend the White House were crazy moments that would be cool to have recreated. This timeline mainly focuses outside the United States, but it's possible that if Makarov is involved, the war could go global. With General Shepard and Task Force 141 now introduced, there's a lot that could happen that's similar to the original timeline. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.